about it, and she writes, get ready, Cheney, Mar-a-Lago? What the hell, Kevin? Kevin McCarthy. They're really worried. Trump's not eating, so they asked me to come see him. Cheney. What? You went to Mar-a-Lago because Trump's not eating? McCarthy. Yeah, he's really depressed.
Liz Cheney's out with a new book and ready to further expose Kevin McCarthy. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. What you just heard there was an excerpt from Liz Cheney's new book called Oath and Honor, where she talks about how she confronted Kevin McCarthy about his trip to Mar-a-Lago after the insurrection, where he took that photo with Donald Trump and bent the knee and kissed the ring and basically allowed Donald Trump to continue on and to fully destroy the Republican Party, turning it into the MAGA party. And Kevin McCarthy's response is that the reason he did it was because Donald Trump was hungry and not eating and feeling sad. So Kevin McCarthy had to keep him company. Look, that's pathetic. If true, Kevin McCarthy, though, is the biggest loser ever. And also in the book, Liz Cheney talks about how Kevin McCarthy told Donald Trump that he lost, that Donald Trump acknowledged that he lost, but Kevin McCarthy wanted to be there with Donald Trump through all of the stages of grief, Kevin McCarthy told her. Here, play this other passage from Liz Cheney's new book.
Get personal conversations, Republican meetings. There is a revelation about she was on January 4th, by accident, a White House, a Trump surrogates call that she describes where she hears just the stark specific planning for January 6th.
And she goes, you tell me, particularly after then House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, and she says, he said he told her that Trump knew he lost the 2020 election, and he knew early on.
Right. This is 2 days after the election. Cheney writes that McCarthy told her that he had just spoken to Trump, and that McCarthy says, quote, he knows it's over. He just needs to go through all the stages of grief. Cheney then writes that it's her wry sense of humor that the stages of grief also apparently included tweeting in all cap letters. But
also, Liz Cheney's calling out some of the other very weak members of her party, the MAGA Republican Party. And she talks about, for example, Mark Green, MAGA Republican, who, when he signed the objections to the results of the 2020 election, that he was overheard saying, these are the things we do for our orange Jesus. Jesus. Play the clip.
There's an extraordinary scene on January 6th that she recounts where Republican members are sort of being asked to sign these sheets for electoral vote objections. And she writes about Congressman Mark Green of Tennessee.
Yeah.
And he's signing, and she hears him, and quote, as he moved down the line, signing his name to the pieces of paper, Green said sheepishly to no one in particular, the things we do for the orange Jesus.
He called him the orange Jesus?
Yes.
Not exactly a compliment.
And now let's compare what Liz Cheney's talking about in her new book about Kevin McCarthy, and Kevin McCarthy saying that he had to be there to help Donald Trump as Donald Trump was trying he couldn't eat. He was so sad. He was so sad. Kevin McCarthy had to spend time. Let's compare that also to some of the audio recordings that came out of Kevin McCarthy following the insurrection. For example, this audio recording that is Kevin McCarthy in the days following the January 6th insurrection. Kevin McCarthy told Republican lawmakers on a private conference call that Donald Trump bears responsibility. Play this clip.
This is not fun. I know this is not great. I know this is very tough, but what I want to do, especially through here, is I don't want to rush things. I want everybody to have all the information needed. I've had it with this guy. what he did is unacceptable. Nobody can defend that, and nobody should defend it.
And let's not forget this other audio recording of Kevin McCarthy shortly after the January 6th insurrection, where he said that he was going to call Donald Trump and tell Donald Trump that he needed to resign. That's what Kevin McCarthy said. I'm going to go tell him that he better resign. Play the clip.
Hearing that he might resign, is there any reason to think that might happen?
I've had some few discussions. My gut tells me no. I'm seriously thinking of having that conversation with him tonight. I haven't talked to him in a couple days. From what I know of him, I mean, you guys all know him too. Do you think he'd ever back away? But
McCarthy goes on to say he believed Trump would be impeached and possibly even removed from office by the Senate.
the only discussion I would have with him is that I think this will pass, and it would be my recommendation we should resign. I mean, that would be my take, but I don't think he would take it, but I don't know.
So Kevin McCarthy said, I told Donald Trump he needed to resign, but also I needed to be there with him, and I needed to comfort him during this very difficult time in his life. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo.
Did you know that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Maid's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Maid uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Maid sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, so you get better sleep every night. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Miracle sheets are the perfect gift for your spouse, friends, or family. Who doesn't want better sleep and luxurious feeling bed sheets? And since these come with 3 free towels, you get 2 gifts in one, just in time for the holidays. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. Go to trymiracle.com/Meidas to try it today or gift it to someone special this holiday season. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Save over 40%. And if you use our promo Meidas, MEIDAS, at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Meidas and use the code Meidas to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Meidas, trymiracle.com/MEIDAS to treat yourself, a friend, or loved one this holiday season.
And by the way, this is Kevin McCarthy, who said, as we're talking about George Santos being expelled, the vote for George Santos's expulsion before the House of Representatives. Remember when Kevin McCarthy said he'd rather have George Santos as the president of the United States than President Joe Biden? Play this clip.
Mr. Speaker, first a very quick question. Who has more power, Joe Biden or George Santos?
Well, right now, I think it is the president, Joe Biden, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Kevin McCarthy supported somebody worse than George Santos to be in the White House, and Donald Trump. Frankly, I probably think that George Santos probably could do a better job than Donald Trump, but it just shows you the MAGA, the ultra MAGA grift and obsequiousness and just the constant peddling of lies. You remember this audio recording as well from the January 6th committee hearing where you had Jared Kushner say how he and Kevin McCarthy told Donald Trump that actually mail-in voting was not fraudulent. Remember this? Play this clip.
President Trump's campaign manager, Bill Stepien, House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, and Jared Kushner had advised Donald Trump to encourage mail-in voting by Republicans. President Trump did not do so.
Yeah, I just remember generally, you had people arguing that we had a very, very robust get out the vote effort and that, mail-in ballots could be a good thing for us if we looked at it correctly.
There was one meeting that was had in particular. I invited Kevin McCarthy to join the meeting, he being of like mind on the issue with me, in which we made our case for why we believed mail-in voting not to be a bad thing for his campaign. But the president's mind was made up.
And then just in that very creepy Kevin McCarthy way, remember when Kevin McCarthy elbowed another Republican in the kidneys and injured one of his other MAGA Republicans, Republican Tim Burchett, and Tim Burchett was the one who's told the media that Kevin McCarthy, elbowed him in the kidneys, and then Kevin McCarthy went, "I never did that. I never did," in that just weird tone and just with the complete and utter lies. Here, play this clip.
A reporter was interviewing Burchett or something. I guess our shoulders hit because Burchett runs up to me after. I didn't know what he was talking about. Some reporters asked me. I did not run and hit the guy. I did not kidney punch him. I did not shoot anything like that.
You didn't shove him?
No. We were walking through. You were at HC5, right? You guys line up along the way there. It was Bruce Wester and I walking out. He must have been interviewing someone. I didn't know it was him or something. I guess our elbows hit as I walked by. I didn't punch anybody. I guess it happened because when I was walking back further, I don't say somebody was interviewing me or talking to me, and he comes running up like, why did you hit me or something like that? I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't even know something transpired.
Folks, for so many reasons, as we reflect on what Liz Cheney's talking about in her book, as we reflect upon this MAGA Republican Party in general, it is, again, to me, there's the character question. This behavior, the constant gaslighting, lies about everything. I want to be here for Donald Trump. Treating him like a baby. We're talking about someone who led an insurrection against our country. I'm Ben Meiselas. This is the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers thanks to your support. Thanks for listening.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.